What up, everybody? It's Jason, and I have a wrestling haul video, I guess, because it's a smattering or a mixture of cards and DVDs. So I will kind of quickly go through it, and then I will get to the DVDs themselves. Go through the cards. I got a mix of AEW and WWE cards for certain players, wrestlers. So, like I said, not too much time lollygagging today. First up is Cash Wheeler Gold. I was on one of those auction sites, Whatnot, and I love it. I get wrestling cards, Blu-rays, everything. So it's a great site. Cash Wheeler. We got the World's Strongest Man Gold, Mark Henry. We got Serena Deeb, which she's been off TV for a while, so I don't know where she's been at. Maybe she's injured. Then we got old Julian here, Ethan Page. I'm a big fan of Ethan Page's work. He's starting to show up a little bit more on TV on a regular basis, which is good. I feel like they need to give him more of a push. We got Ryo Mizunami. She's from the Japanese wrestling promotions. A lot of times she comes over here and wrestles a lot for AEW. She's from Nagoya, Japan. Then we have Private Party right there. Mark Quinn is injured, I believe. So you just have recently, we'd have Isaiah Cassidy. You see a lot on television with Matt Hardy, the Hardy Party. We got Scorpio Sky. This is there he is as Darby Allin, all wrapped up on Darby Allin there. After he lost the TNT title, he's kind of disappeared off TV as well. So I'm not for sure what's going on with that. We have Jay Lethal, who's one of my favorite wrestlers, on this, I think this is called Pyro card. We got Jay Lethal right there on Pyro. It looks like he's whooping up on Ricky Starks. It looks like Ricky Starks in that picture there. Jay Lethal just had a absolutely amazing match with Mark Briscoe. I'm sure everybody who's a wrestling fan knows about Jay Briscoe passing away in a tragic car accident with his two daughters and I believe another lady who also lost her life in the car, and the daughters were really banged up. I think one daughter broke her back or broke her legs or something, and of course Jay Briscoe, whose real name I believe is Jay Pugh, I want to say, or something like that. Like I said, lost his life. So anyway, that's been the talk of wrestling for the last week, unfortunately. And but it's cool to see AEW rally together to support them and the family. Then we have Frankie Kazarian, who just recently left AEW, went back to Impact. He was doing a lot of work at Impact over the last 6 months. It kind of was like the writing on the wall, I think, that he was kind of not being used much by AEW anymore. Then we got Indiana's own Ruby Soho right here. I'm a huge fan of Ruby Soho. Really like her a lot. I feel like she's getting ready to get a big push with the original WWE girls that are like starting to join a faction possibly. You have Saraya and Toni Storm who've turned heel. Ruby Soho's still kind of like a good guy, but they're taking the approach, it looks like, of the AEW OGs versus the WWE, talent that's been brought over the last year or so. And it looks like there's about ready to be a throwdown. I think it's a way to turn Britt Baker face. She was face when she first started. Then it wasn't going over real well. During the pandemic, she became a heel, and that blew up. And she got super hot and had amazing matches. It felt like every week she was cutting promos and just putting the smackdown on people. And then I feel like she's lost a little bit of her luster. I think they've taken the belt off of her. It's kind of playing hot potato between Thunder Rosa and then Toni Storm, and now to Jamie Hayter. And I feel like there's been a little bit of hot potato with the belt, which I'm glad Jamie Hayter has it. But anyways, since then I feel like she kind of lost her way a bit. This might be a way to turn her face, because I think people want to cheer her actually, but they're having a hard time finding out how to cheer. So they could do the WWE girls like all turn evil, heel. Then she by proxy will have to become a face to defend AEW. So it'll be interesting to see. Next up is a canvas of Dax Harwood, which him and Cash Wheeler on in the group FTW or FTR. FTR is absolutely awesome. He's slapping Ray Phoenix around. Looks like right there. That's a cool one. And then we got right here we have Powerhouse Hobbs. Will Hobbs with some jabroni in that picture. They've been pushing him a lot. I think he's been away with some family stuff, but he's been cutting vignettes for the last 2 or 3 months. He just came back and done 2 or 3 matches where he just is dominating everyone. So I feel like he's getting ready to get a big push in 2023. Then we have the main features card, and this here we have Big Show, Paul White. I mean, there's not really much I can say about him. People want him to wrestle more. I kind of want him to wrestle more. He only wrestled a couple, I think, dark matches and like maybe one pay-per-view. So he's not really done a lot. He did like a little side story with, the gun club. So and that didn't last very long. Kind of petered out. So we'll see. Billy Gunn, who's I was thinking of, and his 2 boys. So we'll see. Darby Allin, finally the TNT champ again, which, again, you would think Samoa Joe and then Wardlow had it for a while. Both are pretty big draws, especially Wardlow there at the beginning. But again, being connected to MJF really gave him a lot of heat, and then like was good. Like, I mean, heat in a good way. Like really had taken off, and then once MJF kind of stepped away, kind of petered out too. Samoa Joe, I thought, did a great job. I mean, he was just like crushing everybody. He was also the Ring of Honor television champ, I believe. But Darby Allin just has elevated this belt ever since he got it. Ever since I think he got off of Cody Rhodes back in 2021, I want to say. And Miro had it for a while. Miro and Darby Allin have both showed this belt to be something worth holding on to. They need to keep it on him for a while. We got Nick Jackson, part of the Young Bucks, right there, finally back. We got Anthony Bowens, who now he's been almost from the beginning part of the oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank with Matt Caster. What in the world? The Acclaimed, there we go. Now they're also now the tag team champs. That's good. We got Red Velvet. She has a new look. She went away for a while. I think she was injured as well. She had a new look, come back. She's a part of the Baddies, which was with Jade Cargill. That didn't really do much. I think she's pretty good on her own. She's come a long way. Plus, she's very attractive, so she has that going for her. We got now Ricky Starks, which has been battling for the heavyweight championship with MJF. He's fighting with Action Andretti and going against the Jericho Appreciation Society because they're all a bunch of jazz hoes, which is kind of funny, actually. We got Hangman Adam Page, who's been doing some programs with Jon Moxley, also former heavyweight champion. So him and John's been mixing up a bit recently. Then we have a gold card of this guy who's just a complete, like, I just don't have any interest in him. Sammy Guevara. I'm not going to get into it, but I'm just like, man, it came with everything. And then we have right here Christian Cage. Not to be confused with Adam Page or Paige Van Sant. So there you go. I think there's another one somewhere around there. Then I won this also. I won this on the Whatnot as a giveaway. It's a Mandy Rose refractor from WWE Chrome, Topps Chrome. So that was pretty cool. I will take that. So there you have that. And then the rest of these were like lots I picked up. Oh, and this was a Chrome of Aleister Black, a.k.a. Malachi Black, which I wanted the refractor Chrome here. So I picked that up. This was like $1, I think, with shipping, maybe $2 total. And then I picked up 2 lots, which was kind of funny because I picked it up before they started kind of getting Supernova level hot. And that is, I got a bronze Paige, which I believe she goes by Saraya now, yeah. Or Saraya. I want to say Saraya. So you got Paige as a bronze right here from her Raw time. And then this is a blue variation of the Paige debuts, defeating AJ Lee for the Divas Championship. There you go. So there's that. And then another Paige card here. I won this lot for $1. It was like right after she got to AEW. Like I went to eBay and put a bunch of bids in for a bunch of lots, and I won 2 of them. And I don't think I spent more than $2 on each lot, and I won them both. And then this other page card right here. And then I got Tony Storm, a bunch of Tony Storm cards that came in. This is a foil. I think this card's really cool looking. A foil with the 89 design. Baseball cards there. NXT, Tony Storm. She looks really good there. Then we got Tony Storm right here. This UK card, it says NXT UK. So there's that. And then here she is on NXT card here, Tony Storm, which I guess she can go by that name in AEW because she goes by the same name. So I don't think that's her real name. So I'm not for sure how she gets away with that. Does she go by Tony Storm in AEW? I think so. Yeah. So there's another Tony Storm card there. Maybe she owned the rights to her own name, which is unusual because if you all know anything about AEW or WWE, they want them to have their own version, their own names. They don't let them usually use their own names too often. They give them a name so that way they can keep the name with all the intellectual properties and whatever. There's that one. Here's another one of her beating Dakota Kai and Ember Moon, I believe. Which Ember Moon now is... Oh, shoot. She's in AEW also. Oh, my gosh. I can't think. The goddess something goddess. I'm not for sure. I can't believe it. There's another Tony Storm. But I like her a lot. She does a really good job. I cannot believe I can't remember her name. There's that. And this is a cool one here. I put I think I bought the card for $5 or $6 total. And it's an on-card autograph, again, of Aleister Black, a.k.a. Malachi Black, which he's with AEW and the House of Black. But I was pretty excited to pick up this card. So, on-card autograph, which is what is huge for me. Like, that's almost the only way I'll get cards nowadays, autograph cards, if it's on-card. Then I bought a lot of WWE/F DVD lot, and I think I spent total was like $10 including shipping, so it was like $5 or $6 for the lot, or $7 or $8, and then $3 or $4 for shipping. So it was like $10 to $12 total. But he threw in 4 or 5 freebies, so I'll just show those real quick. This is a Royal Rumble right here. I'm not for sure what year it is. Royal Rumble, not for sure, but it's Royal Rumble. I'll take that. Then a Survivor Series. So that was cool. Then No Mercy. And the crazy thing is, I don't think I have any of these on DVD, which, again, it kind of sucks because they didn't come with the cases. And I'm a big completist, so I'll hold on to these and watch them. But when I do come across them later in lots or buy them individually, I will get rid of them. Then we have Bad Blood, which I think I might have the Bad Blood one already. I'll have to double check that. Bad Blood. And then SummerSlam with Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels, which I don't think I have, so that's a good one. So the ones that I won, I couldn't believe it because most of these usually go by themselves between like $6 to $8, sometimes more. So I was pretty excited. The first one up was The Rock, the epic journey of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And as you can see, it's a trifold or whatever. You can open it up and it's all 3 discs. And so I did not have this one. And I mean, I do like The Rock. I'm not the biggest Rock mark in the world by any stretch of the imagination. But he has a lot of cool matches on here, which I kind of want to see. 11 cool matches, including Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is going to be awesome. Triple H, Mankind, Brock Lesnar. So there's a couple there. Mick Foley, Chris Jericho, CM Punk matches, Mr. McMahon. So there's quite a few, and they're not including the documentary themselves. There's like a 2-hour documentary. So yeah, all day long. And like I said, I like Rock more as I hate to say this, but I kind of like him more as an actor than I did in like his WWE F days. You know, like I said, some of the stuff he did was good, but a lot of it was kind of goofy, but it is what it is. Especially the early on stuff during the Attitude Era. Attitude Era, I go back and watch it now with nostalgia, and I have like a rose-tinted glasses, so I enjoy it a lot more because it's surprisingly, so, non-PC and really, pushing the lines of decency. And I appreciate that now more, because back then I was kind of turned off by that, to be honest. But in the world we live in right now, where everything has to be this cookie cutter, no one can be offended lifestyle we live in. I hate it. It's so just like watered down and just generic. So I look forward to watching these movies or like these documentaries and matches that lets you just kind of just go back to the olden days where people just didn't have, or pantyhose so tied up their butt. So next up is 50 years of sports entertainment, a 3-disc set, the history of the WWF/E. So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of, obviously wrestlers on the back. You have some big things. You got Bruno Sammartino, John Cena, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Triple H, and The Rock. And this is a kind of cool look on this. So you have like the 50 years and a bunch of cool just images there of wrestlers. And then they have this insert, which I thought was cool. He added the insert, but they have disc 1, 2, and 3. Now the freebies he gave me, the 4 or 5 disc free, those are all scratched to hell too. So I'm not even for sure they'll play. But I looked at all the ones I actually bought, and they all look great. So they should not be skipping or messing up, because it says like new condition. So when those other ones showed up that were free, I'm not obviously going to complain. They were scratched all to hell. I was like, that's not like new condition. But yeah, it turned out fine. Next up is, I will show this one first, the history of the Intercontinental Championship, which this is always a hard one to get also along with the 50 years, again, for a decent price. So when I was able to get all 4 of them for, like I said, I think total $12, $13 or whatever shipping, I was like, yep. And so this is a cool one here. So it's almost like a book. You have the matches and what's going on here in disc 1, then the matches and all the promos in disc 2, and then the same thing here, all the matches in the disc 3. So, and it goes through the year. So it starts in 1979, October, and the last one it shows here is March of 2008. So yeah. And then the last one I got here was the history of the World Heavyweight Championship, right there. This is cool here. That actually comes like the J card. I guess that's the right terminology, which these are hard to usually come by anymore, because usually people just throw them away or they fall off, whatever. So the fact this one still came on there is kind of cool. Same thing, disc 1, information. And then I thought this was falling apart, but this is the way that the case is created. Then disc 2, and then you have disc 3. So again, this starts in, let's see, 1961. June of 1961 is the very first match they're going to show, which is really cool. And the last match they show on here is 2009 June. So, legitly pretty awesome. It shows here 1905 to 2009 is how long that's been going on, the WWF Championship. Here it shows 1979 to 2008, which makes sense. So that is very cool. So guys, that is it. I don't want to make it any longer than it is. It's sliding into almost 20 minutes. So there you go. Some DVDs of some wrestling I've been picking up, along with some cards. Let me know what you think. AEW fans, WWF fans, /E fans. Let me know what you think. Who are some of your favorite wrestlers? What are some of your favorite matches? What promotion do you watch, enjoy more? Do you watch wrestling anymore? What are your favorite eras in wrestling? Just let's talk about that in the comments below. List some things that we talked about. Maybe some, like I said, just let's talk some wrestling. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.